New at 5. Today marks the 20th anniversary of the formal end to rescue and recovery operations at Ground Zero in New York City after the tragic attack on the World Trade Center on September 11, 2001. On May 30th, 2002, many artifacts had been salvaged from the wreckage, and they're now on display at the 9/11 Memorial and Museum in NYC. But here in Central Ohio, Mott's Military Museum owns one of the largest collections of 9/11 artifacts in the country. Warren Motts personally took me behind the scenes and shared his vision of creating a local tribute exhibit so we as a nation never forget.
We have the biggest collection outside Ground Zero.
A collection Warren Motts treasures with a deep reverence for all those who lost their lives in the attack on the World Trade Center over 20 years ago.
My whole goal was that I don't want people to forget this.
Warren envisions displaying his unique items in a new building, but right now they're locked away in a storage unit behind Mott's Military Museum that sits on 4 acres of land in Groveport.
And I get a lot of people that come here that lost people in that World Trade Center. But if we don't preserve this history, it's gone forever.
Warren has spent years gathering artifacts for his new tribute museum. In 2011, he acquired a fire truck that belonged to FDNY Fort Pitt Ladder 18 Fire Station in Lower Manhattan.
Well, in the process, I had to design what it was going to look like. So this thing is going to sit in the middle, spotlights on it. You're going to be able to walk around it because you got to be able to be close to this truck because it still has that smell.
The New York firefighters who were on the truck came to visit Warren, and they made quite the discovery.
I said, it looks to me like the door's been removed. And he says, oh yeah, we got the door. He said, I said, you're kidding me. He said, no, we kept the door because we did not think the fire truck would be in existence.
He also has 19 flats of the marble walls and floor from inside the World Trade Center that will be incorporated in his museum.
Told the architect, put it in the floor. When you're looking at the fire truck, you're going to be standing on the floor of the World Trade Center. This is the undercover police automobile, and it was there. It was the first vehicle there during the attack.
In addition to the fire truck, his collection consists of 2 NYPD cars, a 19-foot antenna from the top of the North Tower, a piece of concrete from the basement of the North Tower with a painted heart and a cross on it, and a sign that stood at the base of the World Trade Center.
It lights up. So when we have it on display, it will be upright with the lights. So you'll be able to see it.
Several New York firefighters and police officers have visited Warren's storage unit to see his special collection.
I'm going to have a place for people to leave stuff. I also am going to have a piece of the fire truck you can touch and a piece of the police cars because my firemen and my policemen want to touch it because it really is an emotional thing.
Warren also has a number of artifacts from the Pentagon. His collection continues to grow as people learn of his mission. Several firefighters have personally donated their items.
Here's Captain Jack's helmet. He was in charge of recovery at Ground Zero during the 9/11 attack. It's signed by Giuliani.
Warren says he wants future generations to be able to visit the Tribute Museum to honor those who lost their lives and never forget.
We're 550 miles from 2/3 of the population of the United States right here. What a drawing card this will be for the people here that don't have the ways to get to New York.
Warren has been working with an architect for years, and he says they're shovel ready to build. As a nonprofit organization, though, they just haven't secured enough funding for the additional space that will display his special collection. And Jamie, one part that didn't make the story, because there was so much, all the artifacts were taken to Fishkill Island, but then former Congressman Steve Stivers was instrumental in helping Warren get connected to the hangar that it was at Kennedy Airport in Queens after Fishkill, and that's how he got all of these artifacts here to Central Ohio. It's just a treasure.
It's unbelievable and so important moving forward. I know you and I remember that day. Looking at those artifacts brings me right back into it, but it's so important for younger generations to know what happened and the heroes who helped.
Yes, and to remember. Jamie, thank you.